It's officially time. My husband and I are packing up his Sportster and my Dyna, and we are going to be moving south for the winter. So if you guys don't know, my husband and I have a toy hauler. We're loading up our smaller motorcycles because we don't have that big of a truck to haul everything with, and we're going to be snowbirding in Florida this winter. So that means today is the final day that I can take my favorite motorcycle out for a ride. It's true, I think it's like 55 degrees Fahrenheit today, and Appa was really needing a good ride. I've actually been riding the Dyna more than anything lately because I'm just trying to get reacclimated to that motorcycle. So I think I'm gonna strap on my gear and hop on the road glide. So it's actually been a couple weeks since I've ridden this motorcycle, and I have to check the tire pressure. But I actually wanted to let you guys know, if you don't know, I've been carrying like a tire pump that I keep in my saddlebags all the time. I just recently upgraded to this Fantic X9 tire inflator. It has been amazing how large the battery is on this thing and how easy it is to use. So I'm just going to show you guys really fast. Obviously, you turn it on, you can change it from bar level to PSI level, and I need to check the tire pressure. So I've actually used this on my car a couple times as well as the Dyna, and it's still completely full battery. My other one that I got from Amazon died after probably 2 times checking it. Okay, so the front wheel's at 33 PSI right now. That's not too bad. I do think it needs to be 36. So I'm gonna go ahead and up that. And then easy peasy. Oh wow, that was fast. That was really fast. I tried to use my old one on a car tire one time and it took forever. Yeah, I like this because you just screw it on. You don't have to sit here and hold it, which is always awkward. But it's kind of 2-in-1. Oh yeah, it just dropped a battery. I've told you, I've used this a couple times and it's just now dropping like a battery level. It shows your tire pressure rating, so I don't have to carry a separate tire pressure gauge with me. I just plug this in and it's all digital. Charges incredibly fast, and it can actually run continuously for like 25 minutes, I think. So front tire's good. It's fast.
You want to do mine next?
Which one? I want to get on the road. Go ahead and see how. Usually my tires hold pressure pretty well, but since it's been super cold over these past couple weeks, yeah, I guess both of these tires are down about 4 pounds, so this needs to be 40 PSI. You can tell this is a bigger tire because it's taking slightly longer to air up, but still super fast. It's bright as hell outside right now too, and I can see the screen easily. I don't know why I've waited so long to upgrade to a battery inflator pump thingy with a larger battery life. And then you just pop it in there. Yeah, if you guys want to check this out, I'll have a link to the Amazon description down below. Excellent stocking stuffer and super affordable. Recharges USB-C, very easy, and I literally just throw it in my saddlebag. I always got it with me. But yeah, link down in the description. Go get yourself one and enjoy airing up your tires on the road. Okay, let's go ride. Yep, I've told you guys before why I can't bring my road glide with me when we snowbird for the winter, and honestly, I'm very excited to be able to get to really put some miles on my Dyna again this year. It has been 3 years since I've actually ridden the Dyna to the point where I feel like I can, you know, proudly say like, oh, I rode my motorcycle this year. But in 2021, since I got my road glide, it has just been he and I, me and he, and I've really this is my favorite bike. Appa is my favorite motorcycle right now. So yeah, this video, it's me and you, baby, and we're going on a moto vlog. I am heading out into the country with, oh god, I looked at roadkill. Don't ever look at the roadkill, Jess. Anyway, heading out to the country. This video is for me. It's for my motorcycle and I. Like, I didn't even have to press record. But once I realized that this is like the actual last time I'll be riding this bike this year, I wanted to document it because I feel like around this time every single year, I have these like
moments of epiphanies where I just want to change everything. Spoiler alert, nothing really ever changes. It's just like my mood mentally. I always get into a state of like existentialism right around November and December of every single year, and it never fails. So I was like, yeah, might as well keep the trend going of recording existential motorcycle rides. You know, we did a little over 20,000 miles, or maybe 15,000 miles on this motorcycle this year. I also had a few other bikes that I toured the country on this year. And if you guys did not catch my last video where I built an in-home studio, which is hilarious because I doubt I'll get to use that studio again until next year also, but I did tell you guys that Jordan and I are going on a European motorcycle tour. We are taking a 14-day tour on Harley Davidsons through the Swiss Alps with the company Tour 1. And it's just, these are the things that sometimes I'm like, holy shit. Riding motorcycles and filming YouTube videos are literally the reason I get to do like these once-in-a-lifetime things. And I'm just like so freaking pumped. So I'm really, really stoked that I actually get to ride my motorcycle all throughout the winter this year. Last year, I had about 2 months of not being able to actually ride because the weather was so awful. But luckily, I had enough backlog content that it didn't seem like, you know, I was gone for 2 months. But those were really hard months for me, especially when I have, you know, self-proclaimed that I'm gonna, you know, ride motorcycles and make YouTube videos. I don't know where I got off topic just then, but essentially, I needed this day, I needed this time. I'm bringing you guys along with me, and even if you don't enjoy the motovlog content anymore, just think of it as a podcast. Think of it as grabbing coffee and going for a ride with a good friend, because that's what I'm doing right now. Luckily, we have not had any actual snow in Ohio yet, therefore there are no salt on the roads yet, thank God, but I still have cold tires. The road is still like an ambient cold temperature, so I take it pretty easy on these rural Ohio roads when the winter months kind of start to hit. But obviously I'm not, you know, saying goodbye to my motorcycle forever. I still have a goal. I would like to put at least 40 to 60,000 miles on this bike next year. That is a big ask. That's a tall request for myself and my motorcycle, but I've never done a cross-country road trip. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that was a big blaringly obvious thing when I agreed to do this European tour. It's like, you know, that makes me feel like a bad American motorcyclist is when, yeah, I've put enough miles on this bike to technically have crossed the country a couple times, but I've never actually done it all in one fell swoop, you know, I put a lot of miles on the bike. So when I agreed to go do a European tour without actually exploring my own country, I was like, man, I feel like, you know, an imposter. And I don't like that, because I don't, like, everyone is going to be nut swingers about motorcycling and mileage every single year. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm personally not that way. I'm a realist. I know how hard it is to actually get out and ride every single day that you want to, especially when you have a family and you work a full-time job. Like, I get it. But I definitely want to see my own country. And I'm going to have to pull over here soon because this Chevy is up my ass right now. Definitely making this ride not very enjoyable. That's all you gotta do, man. Just let them go by. No anger involved, nothing. My life is way more important to me than his unhappiness, So yeah, the last time I talked about my motorcycle, unfortunately that video ended up like going viral. Not super viral, but you know, viral enough to the point where I got a lot of unwanted attention on my content, and I just don't like that. I've told you guys before over and over again, I don't want to go viral. I don't want 1 million views. I don't want 1 million subscribers. I want genuine people who actually want to be here and ride with me, and that does not mean trolls on the internet. Y'all can kick rocks. I got a lot of attention on, you know, I'm a, what do you call it? They're like, what are you? You're hot and cold. Like, people were complaining and blaming my sex. They're like, oh, you're such a woman. What a woman thing to say is that you love your bike, you hate your bike, you love your bike, you hate your bike. And I'm like, don't we all, though, honestly? Like, don't we all find things about our possessions, our friends and family, ourselves? Isn't there always this duality of things that we absolutely love and we have to have, but the things that we want to make better, and I wish I knew that before I spent so much money? Like, that's what I meant by that video, and people just did not like it. they don't like me having opinions about my own belongings, I suppose, so it's okay. But it was just funny because at the end of that video, I was talking about how much I love the bike, and it really is this like hit of dopamine that you get when you hop on your own motorcycle. And it's like you can be pissy and annoyed with your bike, and then just like 15 minutes later, after a good ride, listening to some music or something, it literally just all goes away. Being back on the motorcycle, since that was actually the last time I rode this bike, which was almost a month ago. So being back on the bike since then, I'm just like, I really do take certain things for granted. And I knew what I was getting into when I bought this motorcycle, but he's so wonderful and he's been so good to me. And I'm really sad that I'm gonna have to wait so long to ride my own motorcycle again. But I'm very excited. This is something that my husband and we've never been able to do before. I've never been able to work from home. Well, I mean, I've worked from home because of my career, but Jordan's never been able to work from home with me to the point where we can actually pack up and travel. That's never happened. So this is something very new for us. We're both very nervous. And mind you, we've been together going on 18 years. So it makes me feel really warm and fuzzy, honestly. If I'm being super emotional about it, makes me feel very warm and fuzzy that here I am almost 18 years later with the same man, happily married, very much in love, and still getting to experience new things. I mean, mind you, we're both in our mid-30s. We're not middle-aged or anything like that, but it's, the fact that we don't have children, we get to bring our cat with us, and riding motorcycles, again, has completely changed our life for the better. So it's been really hard trying to combine motorcycling and all of the other hobbies that we have had. So unfortunately, it's kind of forced us to buckle down and focus on, okay, what are we doing this decade that we really enjoy? So far, it's been motorcycling. I literally learned how to ride my first motorcycle 2 or 3 months after I got married. So our entire marriage has just been a whole new world of two wheels, basically. And here we are, invited to go to Europe to ride motorcycles, and I'm able to leave my state. And here's the thing, I've told you guys over and over again, I have nothing against Ohio. I actually really, really love Ohio. It's such a beautiful state with kind of everything you could ever want. We have natural beauty, scenery, rolling hills. We got plains, not just the ones in the sky, but actual plains from where the glaciers came down. We have a great lake. We're on the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. We have caves. We have all 4 seasons. Ohio is amazing, and I love my state. But the winter I'm just tired of it, man. After 34 years in a row of experiencing winter, I'm like, you know what? This just might not be for me. And the best part is I've cultivated a lifestyle where I can actually get away now. So that's what I'm saying. We're packing up. I just wanted to get this out for one more ride. Jordan, as I was filming the intro to this video, Jordan was actually in the garage organizing the motorcycle so that way we can load up the camper after we're done loading it up with our personal effects, basically. So you can't see it because I'm in a helmet, but I'm smiling ear to ear right now because I'm just I'm excited. We are going to be in Florida for a while because, I have my friends down there. I'm genuinely best friends with the Blockhead crew. I'm super, super close with the Shade Tree Army and all of that. So that just was a very natural progression of relationships that I have made from YouTube. Sometimes when they tell you never meet your heroes, it can be real, but I don't really think Blockhead or Shade Tree were heroes of mine. They're like the main well, Shade Tree is definitely the main antagonist in my life. Blockhead is just kind of like the big brother that I have never had. So I'm very excited to be able to get down there and spend time with them and really feel like I'm able to connect with the people who have changed my life for the better. So I hope that Jordan and I are in Florida long enough to attend the Forgotten Angels camp out in March. But, you know, March is kind of when things start to thaw out back up here in Ohio. And of course, that's like tax time and all of these like big financial things start happening in March. And I honestly don't know if I'm really going to have the budget to stay down there that long unless we try to find free campsites. And unfortunately, our camper is not really set up to do off-grid type of camping. That is something we can add. You know, we can add solar panels and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I think I've already said this in a past video. You know, I bought that toy hauler this year. It has been wonderful because Jordan can now officially travel with me. So it's been awesome that he can do all of like, he's literally like my pack mule. You know, I want to go and live in Sturgis for 3 weeks because I'm working, and we were able to make that happen. But I think this winter is going to be a very, very telltale. We're going to have to figure out if the camper lifestyle is really for us. You know, I don't know if it's something we're going to continue to do. I do know if we continue to do it, I'm going to have to buy a bigger truck, and I really don't want to do that, man. These interest rates, shit, I can't afford it. Like, I just point blank cannot afford a vehicle payment right now with those interest rates, and trucks are just so expensive. So it's like, well, I mean, the truck costs like twice as much as the camper, and I'm like, what would I rather do? Go twice as much into debt or sell the camper, make some money back, and just travel the traditional way? I don't know. And it comes back to why I'm not bringing a road glide with me. I'm not going to bring a touring bike in a camper. You know, I had a couple people try to call me out this year at Sturgis, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you're just a trailer queen. You trailered your motorcycle here. And I'm like, what? First of all, my husband trailered our motorcycles. You know, someone had to drive the camper. There was no shame in trailering your bike when that's like literally your means of living. But second, no, baby, I rode Appa separately. Jordan trailered our Sportster and my Himalayan, and I rode Appa completely separate. Like, I still traveled by myself all the way to Milwaukee, all the way to Sturgis, and all the way home. It was actually really fun. But when we go to Florida, I'm not going to ride separate. It's going to be cold, and I'm excited to travel with my husband again. Also, if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see an Ohio girl living down in the dirty south of Florida on her loud and rowdy Harley Davidson for the winter, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. It's totally free and it does wonders for the channel. It really, really helps me out. Really hope a deer doesn't jump out in front of me right now. Horses! So, I want to ask you guys an honest question. I'm actually going to take my sunglasses off. Also, don't forget, you can get these super comfortable, bendy, flexible sunglasses for 10% off with the link down in the description. I want to ask you guys a question about this specific content. If you've made it this far in the video, holy God, I appreciate you. It's getting harder and harder with, you know, TikTok and social media, Instagram, short form content. It's getting very hard to actually have viewers like you click on the videos, let alone watch the videos. So I really want to ask you a genuine question. Be honest with me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Is this the kind of content that you would like to continue seeing on the channel? Because based on the analytical side of YouTube, which I don't like talking about with you guys too often, but it feels like I talk about it all the time, and I hate that. But I can see these things on the back end, and I know that this channel started out as very lighthearted, easygoing. It was just me riding around and having fun, and I 100% still want to continue doing that. But with the change in the algorithm, the change in the social media in general, I'm really scared that it's not going to be a viable future for content creators, and I have always been honest and transparent with you guys. I've always worn my heart on my sleeve. So that's why if it looks like I'm having a bad day online, I'm probably having a terrible day in real life, because I try really hard not to let my emotions seep too far into the happiness that is motorcycling. So I really would love your opinion. If you actually enjoy this type of content, please leave a comment, let me know you enjoy it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to step back and take a really hard look at her two wheels. And I don't want it to change. I don't want it to get more complicated. You know, I want the authenticity of my life to shine through in these videos. So as always, like, the easiest thing that can help creators like myself do that is just by literally liking and commenting and subscribing. Like, you don't have to join Patreon, even though if you do join Patreon, you get private access to all of my Discord servers and a better one-on-one communication topic with myself. So I love the Patreons and the YouTube memberships, but the easiest thing is to just like, comment, subscribe, and share. Sharing is actually really powerful. I love that I took my sunglasses off, like, right as I was riding into the sunshine. I'm an idiot. I can definitely tell that the last time I rode this motorcycle, I didn't air up my tires, because the bike's handling amazing right now. Keep that tire pump on you. I gotta make sure I take it out of this bike and put it in my Dyna, because that's the bike I'll be taking with me to Florida. I don't want to drag on a good thing, so I'm gonna end this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and next video we're hitting the road and heading to Florida. Do you not have a turn signal on? Rude. Until my next one, thank you so much for watching this one. You be good, ride motorcycles, and I'll see you later.